It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Dunkin Week of Speed continues on NASCAR Nerd 34 as we travel to the suburbs of the capital of this great state. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boston International Speedway in Cambridge, Massachusetts, as we are just about to kick things off for the 22nd race of the 2021 season for the NOFSRL Mission BBQ Cup Series, the Craftsman 500. From high above the track in the press booth, my name is Trey Ray as we once again welcome you to the track with live coverage. 3 races down in the Dunkin Week of Speed, 2 to go, and all 3 of them have seen more than their fair share of chaos. 3 first-time winners have been crowned the past 3 races, which is something we have not seen since the beginning of this series back in the summer of 2020, and all of them have been won in dramatic fashion. Caleb Rose took advantage of the leader's wrecking coming to the white flag in the first hillside race. Brendan Yodel riding the momentum generated by new team ownership and sponsorship to a tire strategy victory in the hillside nightcap later on that afternoon. 2 days ago in Waltham, Charlie Davenport survived the chaos at the Proprietors Motorsports Park with a hole-in-one victory with the first overtime win finish in series history. The race this afternoon shouldn't be as chaotic, but we did see some action here last season in which we saw Madison Tall capture her first victory in the Mission BBQ Cup Series. Maddie has been on a bit of a rebound as of late, and where she stands in the points shows it, and this segues perfectly into our next segment on the pre-race show as we get closer to setting the chief field exactly to the day 1 month. Take a look on the right-hand side of your screen at your current point standings after the first 21 races in 2021. Some more new faces have risen inside the top 10, but again, one thing that has remained consistent has been Braden Perez extending his points lead coming into Boston. He has increased it to a whopping 196-point lead over Tyler Reynolds, who is now second in points. Just to show the magnitude of this lead, the maximum amount of points you can score in a single race this season is 220, and to do so, you would need to win the race, obviously lead a lap, the final lap if so, lead the most laps, and have the fastest lap in the race. So if Tyler Reynolds finishes second today, and just finishes second, doesn't lead a lap, doesn't get the fastest lap, he'll score 190 points, and Perez finishes last on the race, which scores you 1 point. Perez would still have a 7-point lead over the 19 car going into Coca-Cola on Friday. So it just shows how much the points lead, how big of a points lead Perez has here, ladies and gentlemen. It is insane, and he is looking to increase it. He does start 5th on the grid this afternoon, but right behind him is the 19 of Tyler Reynolds. The guy's 1-2 in the point standings as of right now. That should prove to be very, very interesting going into today's race. Mitchell Collins, Tyler Reynolds' teammates, falls back to 3rd in the points. Madison Tall is up to 4th, and Trey Smith rounds out the top 5 in points. 6th is Ryan Durrani, who starts 4th on the grid this afternoon. 7th is John Andrews, making his way into the top 10 once again this season. He's had a really up and down season. Another guy that has had a really up and down season, just even more of a magnitude, is Aiden McCrow, who's risen up to 8th in the points. 9th is Tristan Allen, has been pretty consistent the last couple of weeks, despite wrecking out in the closing stages of the race diecast.com 300K on Monday. And 10th with his believe it was a 4th place finish at Papyrus, is Keegan Thompson, 341 points behind Braden Perez. And now that we are only a month out, that cut line is very too close to be ignored. The cut line to make it into the chase. Logan Alexander is just 4 points behind Keegan Thompson at the moment, but has the first wildcard position currently, so he would be in the show as of right now, so he has that caveat. Zachary Fitzwater in the 9 is 9 points back, coincidentally his car number. Josh Williamson is 15 back. Brendan Yodel, your Hillside winner, your second year Hillside Nightcap winner back on Saturday, is 20 points back, and Nelson Reeves is 50 points below the cut line. And we will mention Logan Williams still holds the final wildcard spot, but is still flirting heavily with that 30-place cliff. And there are a lot of stories to be settled before we begin the chase after North Wilkesboro. Quite frankly, these next few races are going to be must-watch, ladies and gentlemen. But that is then, and this is now. It's that time of the broadcast again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head down trackside to get the starting command for this 100-lap race at Boston.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines have been fired here at the Boston International Speedway, about to get this 100-lap show going, ladies and gentlemen. Starting lineup on the left-hand side of your screen, as always, Colton Yo starts on the pole here for the Craftsman 500. He pockets 5 bonus points for doing so. Who's outside? Number 75 of Eric Monaco. Row 2, the 52 of Trey Smith starts alongside the number 38 of Ryan Darani. Row 3, we see the 92, the points leader of Braden Perez, starting alongside the 40 of Dustin Davis. Row 4, the 19 of Tyler Reynolds starts alongside the 15 of Brian Benjamin. And in row number 5, the 07 of Daniel Bouchard starts alongside the 20 of Logan Alexander. Making sure all 40 cars have rolled off the starting grid, and they have. KFC race report at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. It is going to be a 100-lap race around this 1.09-mile racing facility in Boston, Massachusetts. Pit windows between laps 52 and 55. Madison Tull is a defending winner of the Craftsman 500. Colton Yo and Eric Monaco lead them through the gears. We're green flag racing here at Boston. At the line, Colton Yo and the number 0 Dodge, Rich Energy Dodge Intrepid will lead lap number 1. He pockets an additional 5 bonus points for doing so. The 52 of Trey Smith will fall in line to second. Eric Monaco is being bit in the rear end by that outside lane. Once again, he is going to fall outside the top 5 here. Now about this 92 machine trying to extend his points lead over the competition. The man second in points right now is right on his tail. And like we said, they could, this 19 machine could take the points lead coming out of Boston. We'll just have to wait and see how everything goes. Trey Smith closes in onto the back bumper of that 0 Dodge Intrepid. Drafting down the front straightaway. Trey Smith is going to poke to the inside of Yo, going through 1 and 2. We might see our first lead change of the afternoon. Second lead change, in fact. And he will make the pass on the 0 car. Actually, that was the first lead change of the afternoon here at the Boston International Speedway. Trey Smith is out front. Colton Yo now falls back into the clutches of the 92 Camry of Braden Perez. Trey Smith will lead lap number 4 of the scheduled 100 laps here at the Boston International Speedway. The back of the pack here is Tristan Allen, your Richmond winner, fighting with a couple of tail end of the lead lap guys. The tail end of the pack, I should say. There's Madison Tull. She's really got her work cut out for her this afternoon. Started 38th on the grid for this race and hasn't made up too many positions. Still in 38th at the moment. Right now, 5.5% of the way through the Craftsman 500 of Boston. If you're just tuning in, Trey Smith has taken the lead away from Colton Yo in the early stages of this one. See back in here, Tyler Reynolds, second in the points, is falling back a bit, back into the clutches of the number 38 of Ryan Durrani. Will go high through the corner. Durrani will take advantage of that. A couple of Fords side by side going down the back straightaway. It is early on here, and it's early on in this race. We could see some troubles. Reynolds goes really wide to the corner. That's going to open up the door for Monaco and the big staple, Nathan Stapleton. First time we're mentioning him this afternoon. here's Charlie Davenport as Braden Perez goes wide through 1 and 2 with Bouchard underneath him. Davenport has an opportunity to potentially get 2 wins in a row for this bounty race, and who knows? Who really knows what could happen here? Perez falls to 5th and might fall back to 6th here on lap number 8, now lap number 9. And Colton Yo wants that lead back from the 52 of Trey Smith. Perez will lose it out on 5th to Fitzy. Might lose out on 6th to Nelson Reeves, your Armored Digital winner. First time we were mentioning the driver of that 7 machine today. At the line, 9 laps completed, 91 laps to go. That is how you math. Davenport to the inside of the 07 of Bouchard. Bouchard will bomb it through the corner. It's going to open doors for the 66 of Charlie Davenport. We're 10% of the way through the Craftsman 500, with Trey Smith leading the most laps at the moment. Fitzy is going to try and get past Bouchard, who's been stuck up on that outside lane. It's going to hold up Braden Perez just a little bit here. Going through the corner, and now Yo is beginning to close in on the 52 of Trey Smith. We might have another pass for the lead here. He's got a hold to the inside of the body armor Toyota Camry for Team Velocistar. Goes a Yo Racing Intrepid of Colton Yo, and that's going to draw in Charlie Davenport just a bit here. Bouchard goes wide through the corner once again, almost gets in the outside wall, but keeps it clean for now. Trey Smith has led all but the first 3 laps in this one. We'll check back in here. Braden Perez goes wide through the corner. Here comes Tyler Reynolds. What is Reynolds going to do? Oh, they make contact, and Reynolds is going to turn him into the inside wall. Is he going to go back up the track? Oh, and a hard shot for Braden Perez. Down into traffic, into the path of Will Parrish, and the field stacks in behind him. Ethan Lewis with a hard shot. Upside down goes a Hers Camry. And a massive accident through turns 3 and 4, involving your points leader being taken out by the man second in the points, Logan Alexander, Will Parrish, Brendan Yodel, Madison Tall, the defending winner of the Craftsman 500, involved in this, Daisy Johnson, a couple more guys, Derek Hamill, Logan Williams. He's going to free fall even further in the points. The yellow flag is out here, and that's going to bring the field down the pit lane. Keegan Thompson was involved, and Ryan Durrani is going to stay out for some reason. I don't agree with that. But, oh my goodness. At the time we're recording this race, this is about a week or so after the British Grand Prix, in which Lewis Hamilton dumped Max Verstappen going through Cobb's Corner at Silverstone as we watch the 52 of Trey Smith on the pit lane. I believe it's going to be a 2-tire stop for this body armor Camry team. Yo will come out second, Davenport third. And wow. It's kind of the opposite of what happened at the British Grand Prix. Tyler Reynolds second in the points, taking out the points leader and about 10 or so other cars in the process. Oh my goodness. Well, that's one way to take out your competition. Let's see where Reynolds is. There he is, just exiting the pit lane now. But what a start to this race. An accident on lap number 13. Oh boy, this is going to be going over interesting in the garage area after this one. But Ryan Durrani stayed out on the racetrack. He will be your leader when we get back to the green flag. But we've got an accident to review, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happened to bring out the first caution of the afternoon here at the Boston International Speedway in the Craftsman 500. So Perez was losing positions rapidly in the field, and he's going to come down the racetrack. Subsequently, the 19 of Tyler Reynolds comes back up, hooks his championship, or his points lead competitor, I should say. It might have been a racing deal, but we've seen stranger things happen here in the Mission BBQ Cup Series. That might have been intentional. But Braden Perez, light glancing blow into the inside wall, but now shoots back up the racetrack. We've been seeing this all week long. Almost takes out Ryan Durrani. All 4 tires get off of the ground and hard passenger side into that safer barrier wall. And back down the racetrack into the path of guess who? The O2 of Will Parrish. Nowhere for Parrish to go. Logan Alexander, Keegan Thompson get involved. That was a close call there for Riley Sampson, the 24. I think, and yeah, it's going to be pretty much a log jam from this point on. See Landon Smith Jr. caught up with Keegan Thompson, and a lot of guys down on the inside involved. And there's Ethan Lewis going upside down right onto the 91 of Derek Hamill's hood. So Noah Clifton, Logan Williams, Brennan Wilmington, the 26 of Brendan Yodel, Nathan Smith, Dano Georgi, Daisy Johnson, Cole Sampson, Lewis still flipping down the back off of the banking. Tristan Allen, Zachary Davis, Derek Hamill we mentioned, Owen Miles, I mentioned Cole Sampson, a lot of guys involved in this one. I think Landon Smith Jr. is going to get turned off the 46 of John Andrews. I think we've covered all the bases in that, but I honestly think that was just a racing deal, because obviously in NR 2003 you're not going to have drivers that are fighting for the points taking out one another. According to the game, that was purely a racing deal, but that's not going to go over in the fictional garage area. And of course, Will Parrish is the one that is caught up in this accident. Parrish he's been the definition of Murphy's Law this season. And unfortunately, wrong place at the wrong time for about the 18th time this season, probably. We'll get you the real-time replay of this accident, but man, oh man, that has changed the whole complexion of this race. Braden Perez and Tyler Reynolds, your two guys that are right next to each other in the points, get together. And there's a hard shot for Braden Perez in the outside wall, back into traffic, into the path of Will Parrish, and then it's a logjam on the bottom part of the racetrack. Ethan Lewis definitely going for one of the wildest rides in this accident. Not a gauge that's probably going to take out a good 10 or 12 or so cars out of this one. That was big, and that was big not only for the amount of cars involved, but in the points. Braden Perez is probably going to be obviously not going to be too happy with Tyler Reynolds after this one, especially given he's probably going to finish somewhere in the bottom half of the field, obviously. But Trey Smith led them back to the line, but he will not lead them back to the restart. Ryan Durrani elected to stay out onto the racetrack. Not sure what the deal is there, because typically we see a lot of green flag runs here at the Boston International Speedway, so long run, that's not going to work out. He'll lead some laps, gain some points for that, but I don't really know on that. But Ryan Durrani, nonetheless, will be your race leader when we get back to the action here at the Boston International Speedway in the Craftsman 500. We're back here at the Boston International Speedway, wrapping up our first caution of the afternoon. Take a look and see who was knocked out from the accident. Keegan Thompson, Braden Perez, your points leader, Ethan Lewis, Will Parrish, Madison Tall, Logan Alexander, Noah Clifton, Zachary Davis, Landon Smith Jr., Logan Williams, Daisy Johnson, Derek Hamill, all knocked out from this accident. Owen Miles was the only man involved that survived. He is not on the lead lap. 27 cars remain on the lead lap. 28 cars remain on the racetrack. 27 of them remain on the lead lap. Pace car makes a hard left-hand turn down the pit lane. Your top five going back through the Reese's restart zone are Ryan Durrani, Trey Smith, Colton Yo, Charlie Davenport, and the 7 of Nelson Reeve. Green flag is back into the New England air, and a good jump for Ryan Durrani on the start. We're going to have to see how the tires fare out in this one for this 38 car. He has 13 lap older tires than Trey Smith, so I expect this 52 car to get around this 38 quite quickly here at the end of this one. And let's check back into and see where Tyler Reynolds is. There is Reynolds, who was involved in that accident, kind of instigated that, back in the 24th position, so have to see what he can do on this restart. And that got a little too close for comfort there between Zachary Fitzwater and Jordan Lopez. Fitzy almost got into the 81 Starcom Fiber Monte Carlo's quarter panel. Thankfully, they're able to keep it off of one another for now. And Trey Smith is not gaining on the 38 as much as I thought he would. Colton Yo is going to say, I'm going to gain on Trey Smith nonetheless and try and pass him for second place here. And he is going to dive to the inside. Does he have an edge? No, he does not. He's going to stay on the back bumper of that Camry for the moment. Back in here, Nelson Reeves in a battle with the 07 of Daniel Bouchard. That is for position number 6. And how about Nathan Stapleton, guys? Stapleton has had an absolutely horrible luck this season. Is today the day he finally goes to Body Armor Victory Lane in 2021? Could today be the day that Trey Smith finally goes to Body Armor Victory Lane in the Mission BBQ Cup Series? But can the same be said for Ryan Durrani? Potentially not. I kind of get the strategy that he's playing, hoping for a caution. He is pulling away a bit from Trey Smith. I don't know what they did to that 52 machine, but it's not doing too well on the racetrack, and he is going to mirror drive the 0 of Colton Yo all the way down the back straightaway. Goes wide through the corner, and Colton Yo will say, thank you very much for mirror driving me, you expletive. Yo will assume second place at the moment. Trey Smith is going to fall back to third, potentially fall outside the top 5 if Nathan Stapleton can make some ground up in here. I think all these guys actually just took 2 tires. Charlie Davenport goes wide through 3 and 4, almost gets in the outside wall. But we remain green, and now here's the battle for the race lead. The tires have come in for the 0 of Colton Yo. Durrani high at the racetrack. They're going to be 3 wide for 5th behind them. A little too close for comfort there, but Colton Yo reassumes the lead, with Stapleton taking second away from Durrani in the father of all 38 machine. Reeves underneath the 07. How about this 98 of Tyler, excuse me, no, not Tyler Reynolds. Obviously not Tyler Reynolds. Contact there. Slight contact. Trey Smith is going to shoot the duck between Bouchard and Davenport. Bouchard is going to go really wide through the corner into the outside wall. And almost slingshots pinballs back down to the 75 of Monaco, but they keep it straight for now. That was some gutsy driving by the 52 of Trey Smith, but he is going to lose a couple of more positions. I don't know what adjustments they did to that body armor Camry. He is going to really send it through 3 and 4. Almost gets in the outside wall, right in the Larson line up there. But it's not going to do enough here to get past the 66 of Davenport. In fact, it's going to hinder him getting past the 75 of Monaco. Back to the race lead, it is still the 0 of Colton Yo, who I believe has led the most laps in this one officially. Past the quarter of the way mark through the Craftsman 500. Stapleton in hot pursuit of this Rich Energy Intrepid. And how about the 7 of Nelson Reeves? Still in search of his he is in search of his second win of the season. Stapleton making some strides to get around the 0 of Yo. He might have an edge here. He's going to drive it hard through the corner, trying to get to the quarter panel of that Rich Energy Dodge Intrepid. And he's going to have an edge. He's going to have a hole. They're going to be side by side going down the back straightaway. Probably not even then. Yo did not hit the apex of 1 and 2. A new race leader. The Big Staple is out front here at Boston. Yo will fall back to third. Nelson Reeves underneath him. Josh Williamson in the 98, not Tyler Reynolds. He's found his way up to the 4th position, aside from Madison Tall wrecking out in the lap 13 accident. NS Racing is well represented up here inside the top 5, and Chevrolet is being represented heavily up inside this top 10. Yo will get to underneath the 7 of Nelson Reeves, who initially passed Yo for second. They're going to be side by side down the back. It's going to open the door for Williamson to potentially make this a 3-car battle for second. Reeves will dive it deep or bomb it. Going through 3 and 4. They're still going to be side by side across the line. 32% of the way through the Craftsman 500. 31%, I should say. And now Stapleton is going to catch up to lap traffic. Owen Miles. Ooh, contact is made. Stapleton is not going to be happy with the 05. Owen Miles, and Colton Yo almost just took him out. And Nelson Reeve is going to be the least bit happy with Owen Miles. He's going to be stuck behind him, trying to get around him. He's not going to be able to. Nelson Reeves will fall outside the top 10. He's still falling back. Owen Miles holding up the last couple of 9. Everybody from 9th on back just a little bit. Same with Nathan Smith. Smith is going to run high. Davenport trying to find some way to get around this 25 machine. Not going to be there. Jordan Lopez will get around the 66 of Davenport, at least attempt to. And this is going to split the field up just a little bit. 4-car breakaway for the top position. A couple of NS Racing drivers, a Yo Racing driver, and an Auto Ireland Motorsports Camry make up the top 4. The top 5 being populated by the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater, a Polar Star Motorsports car. And all of these teams up inside the top 5 had a car knocked out in that lap 13 accident. And now for the race lead, Colton Yo looking for an edge underneath Stapleton. He's going to have a bit, almost got into the JBL Monte Carlo. Stapleton will mirror drive him going through 3 and 4. That could have gotten a lot more dangerous, that could have gotten a lot worse than it did. Williamson underneath Yo for second, trying to get NS Racing 1-2 in the field at the moment. And he will get around Yo. Yo will bomb it through the corner, goes wide, keeps it off the wall, but will lose third to Monaco. It's going to draw in Fitzy just a bit, and now it's a 5-car breakaway for the top position here at Boston. 38% of the way through the Craftsman 500. If you're just tuning in, lap 13, we had a massive, I want to say 12-car pileup as Josh Williamson will go wide through the corner. He is going to hit the outside wall. And he will fall back to 5th, might fall back to 6th if Trey Smith can catch up. And how about this 81 of Jordan Lopez? And how about the 56 of Tristan Allen? Started shotgun on the field if I'm not mistaken. And here he is up inside the top 10, currently in the 9th position as of right now. Durrani will go wide. That's going to squeeze off of 4 between himself, Rodriguez, and Caleb Rose, one of the winners of the Dunkin Week of Speed this week. And Durrani will go wide through the corner, again losing more and more positions. And how about this 48 of Juan Rodriguez? Something we have not mentioned all year long, which I'm surprised I haven't, is that Juan Rodriguez has a win in 2021 on NASCAR Nerd 34. If you remember, back on January 1st, which seems like a long time ago at this point, given everything we've gone through this year. Juan Rodriguez won the 2nd annual New Year's 500 presented by RaceDiecast.com at the Neshannock Super Speedway. But ever since then, he's really cooled off, especially this season in the Mission BBQ Cup Series. Have to wait and see what this 48 car can do. He's currently 9th at the moment. As we go back to the race lead, it is still Nathan Stapleton working on lap 43 of 100. Colton Yo, who's had, I believe, either 2 or 3 second place finishes this season, as Eric Monaco will go to the inside of Stapleton for the top position. Does Fitzy help his Chevrolet teammate? No, he's going to head down and help the veteran, the NOFSRL veteran of Eric Monaco, down to the inside. Stapleton will fall back to 3rd. He's not going to be happy with Fitzy. New race leader Eric Monaco, your outside pole sitter, is now in the pole position on the racetrack. He holds the lead. Colton Yo is making some strides in the Zero Rich Energy Intrepid. Stapleton will go wide through the corner. Same with Josh Williamson. And Josh Williamson will knock down the wall just a bit. Almost makes contact with Rodriguez. And that Powerade Monte Carlo is just way too tight through 3 and 4. And it is really hindering his performance. Back to 8th last time by. How about Caleb Rose? Rose made some nice adjustments under the caution flag, and He's found his way up inside the top 5 as Stapleton is negated back to 5th. Yo trying to find a way around Zachary Fitzwater. Doesn't have anything yet as we close in on the halfway point through the Craftsman 500. We could be seeing pit stops here soon. Ryan Durrani, let's see where Ryan Durrani is. He's in the outside wall, so the tires are definitely wore. He is almost going to make contact with the 46 of John Anders, but the tires are definitely wearing out on that American Motorsports Ford Taurus. He is going to have to come in soon. Sooner rather than later, definitely. As for the race lead, Zachary Fitzwater trying to get underneath Eric Monaco. As for third, Caleb Rose looks to the inside of Colton Yo. The fuel window, I guess the tire window now, is between 52 and 55. But these guys did come down on lap number 14, so I'd gauge around lap 60 or 65. These guys will come down on lap 52 or 55. The 38 of Ryan Durrani will definitely have to come down. That strategy is not playing out for Ryan Durrani as he would hopefully like it to. As for second, Caleb Rose is up here, knocking on the back door of the Aussie Zachary Fitzwater. Okay, so we haven't mentioned Aiden McCrow in the 42 has a nice run going for him. Charlie Davenport is just outside the top 10, same with Aiden McCrow. Ryan Benjamin is just inside the top 15, and how about the 19 of Tyler Reynolds? Kind of instigated, or caused, whatever view you want to look at it, the lap 13 accident with his points competitor of Braden Perez. He's doing pretty well in this race, and Daniel Bashar will go wide through the corner. No harm, no foul. And two times ago, the last time by, was the Crafts Flags point in the race. Halfway home through the Craftsman 500 as the leaders will put another lap over the 05 of Miles. For the race lead is Zachary Fitzwater. Does not have an edge just yet. We'll see if Zachary Fitzwater can get past Monaco here in the next couple of moments, and then we'll get you a full field rundown. But this is shaping up to be quite a battle for the race victory here. We're just only halfway home through the race. Brennan Wilmington, excuse me, a little bit slow through the corner. No harm, no foul is done. Caleb Rose will get around the 9 of Zachary Fitzwater as the pack closes in on Nathan Smith, the lap down car of Nathan Smith. Caleb Rose has gotten around Fitzy for second. Can he get around Monaco for third? Monaco might try and use Caleb Rose as a bit of a pick, and he is. He'll get around the 25, but Rose will think better of that and stay right behind his Toyota teammate. Them cheating Yoders running 1-2, then it is a Chevrolet, a Dodge, and another Yoder with the Ford camp right behind them in the 6th position. A lot of diverse manufacturers being represented inside the top 10 here at the Boston International Speedway. Let's see, here's a 38 of Ryan Durrani coming down the pit lane. So he could not make it any further than that. I believe he'll go down a lap here. This is only a 1 mile racetrack. It might look like a mile and a half. As for the race lead, Caleb Rose will get to the inside of Eric Monaco. This might look like a 1.5 mile racetrack, but it's actually a 1.09 miles. So that's why it is a 500 mile race is 100 laps here instead of 125 like it was last year. Caleb Rose looking for a second win in 1 week. Won the first hillside race back on Saturday and is out front here at Boston, closing in on the green flag pit stops here in about, I'd say, somewhere between 7 or 8 laps, I want to say. Let's see, 55 plus 13 is about 68. Yeah, lap 68, I believe, is the latest they can come down. So you are closing in on green flag pit stops. Can't rule out a yellow flag as Brendan Yodel is fighting with the 38 of Ryan Durrani. That is about for the 20. That is for the Actually, nothing. That is for no position. It's just Ryan Durrani getting around lap down cars because fresher tires. He is 2 laps down, so the gamble did not pay off for Durrani. Caleb Rose currently paces the field here. Let's get you a brief full field rundown. Caleb Rose is first, then there's Zachary Fitzwater, Eric Monaco, Tristan Allen. Colton Yo almost gets in the outside wall. There's Juan Rodriguez, Nathan Stapleton, Colton Yo, Eric Monaco, Jordan Lopez, Trey Smith, Josh Williamson, Charlie Davenport, Ryan Benjamin, Cole Sampson, and a good run for him. Tyler Reynolds second in the points. Dano Georgi, Daniel Bouchard, Riley Sampson, Nelson Reeves, the 46 of John Andrews, your Chicagoland winner Mitchell Collins in a fight with John Andrews at the moment. Dustin Davis, Nathan Smith, Cameron Garlington, first time we're mentioning Garlington's name all day. Owen Miles, Brennan Wilmington, Ryan Durrani, and the 26 of Brendan Yodel make up the 28 remaining cars on the racing surface. You are just tuning in, closing in on green flag pit stops to this one. Bit of a 2-car breakaway for the race lead. Juan Rodriguez has found some life. Has definitely not found some life. Has found some life as of late through this tire run. Made his way up to the 3rd position. Tristan Allen has made his way up to 4th. That is a fairly good position you want to be in before the green flag pit stops begin. We'll have to see who does an overcut, who does an undercut, where everything will shake out in this one. But the window is now open for business here. Actually, next time by, the window will be open for business here at the Boston International Speedway for green flag pit stops for the rest of these guys. See if anyone elects to come down a little bit early. Nobody comes down this time by. But now these guys are 52 laps into the fuel run. So any lap between now and 68, these cars will be coming down the pit lane. See any takers this time by? It doesn't appear that there are. No takers this time by. Riley Sampson will go a bit wide through the corner. No harm, no foul in that. But definitely within the next couple of laps, we will have green flag pit stops. Caleb Rose downshifting a bit. Is he going to come down? No, it does not appear. I don't believe I had this wrong. Colton Yo almost gets in the outside wall, but keeps it straight for now. Is anybody going to come down? No, they're not. I guess everybody's going to stretch it to 55. No, here comes Brendan Wilmington, and I believe this should start the cycle. These guys, anybody going to come down? Brendan Yodel will come down. These are guys off the lead lap, and now here come the leaders. 81 of Jordan Lopez scrapes the wall. Nathan Stapleton is the first lead lap car to come down the racetrack. Or come down the pit lane, I should say. They will be attempting the overcut here at the Boston International Speedway. Now Zachary Fitzwater will surrender second to Juan Rodriguez. He will attempt an overcut as well. I guess these guys can go a little bit further than I had originally anticipated. Working on lap number 69. Here at the Boston International Speedway. Caleb Rose, currently your leader. He's going to have to come down this time by, I would imagine. Yep, he is slowing down. Juan Rodriguez bombs it on the outside wall. And he is going to stay out. So now Caleb Rose will make his way down the pit lane. Same with pretty much else. I believe everybody will be coming down the pit lane here. Pay attention to the 48 of Juan Rodriguez. See where he is. I believe Rodriguez will come in for his service. Will be attempting an overcut. And I think the 42 of Aiden McCrow already pit. I don't believe he has. Actually, I believe Aiden McCrow has made his way down the pit lane. There's Caleb Rose, 4 fresh sticker Hoosier tires going on that 32 machine. Filling that gas tank full of octane racing fuel. Looks like everybody's gonna get out at the moment. We should be pretty good to go. The field will cycle around. No harm, no foul. I believe everybody should cycle around. I believe Caleb Rose is going to be your race leader after everything is said and done. Should be, oh, Ryan Benjamin in the outside wall. It is going to turn the 46 of John Andrews. Backs in the outside wall, and the caution flag was out. Is everybody off the pit lane? No, Nathan Smith was down, but he is 2 laps down. Same with Owen Miles. Oh, no Bayarca break, the 46. And the yellow flag was out here at the Boston International Speedway for the second time this afternoon. And thank the Lord that happened after pit stops were completed. Caleb Rose has cycled back to being the leader here. So, thankfully, pit stops were completed after that, and it looked like just a simple spin off the corner. Ryan Benjamin and the 46 of John Andrews getting into it. Pit road is open this time by, but everybody came down the pit lane about 5 laps earlier, so I don't believe these guys are gonna have to come down the pit lane. And I think nobody comes down the pit lane. Everybody has got their service. So we'll go right into the replay. Caleb Rose leads the field at the moment, right after pit stops were completed. So let's take a look and see what happened to bring out the second caution of the afternoon here at the Boston International Speedway in the Craftsman 500. Ryan Benjamin gets into the outside wall. It's not uncommon for drivers to be doing that here, and John Andrews sees him in his way, tries to get around him, but cannot get slowed down enough in time. Contact is made with the Aaron's Dream Machine, and that will turn the 46 City Chevrolet around. We'll lock the tires there, hold the brake, but he's going to get turned around in a wise decision of the Mission BBQ Cup Series to throw out the caution, because that could have been a very dangerous situation here on the front straightaway. Andrews will hold the brake, wait for the field to go by, and chuck a U-banger with that 46 Monte Carlo, sponsored by City Chevrolet. A simple 2-car accident here on the front straightaway of the Boston International Speedway, but that's going to rack them right off. No, it's going to rack them up here, and it's going to be fascinating to see, especially with these guys having fresh tires. Let's get to the real-time replay, and then we'll get you back to the racing action here at the Boston International Speedway, and what is shaping up to be a good finish, with I believe we will get restarted with 25 laps to go. Ryan Benjamin gets into the outside wall, makes contact with John Andrews, and around goes the number 46 City Chevrolet. And he will refire it up, spin it around, and no harm, no foul. This will actually potentially make this race a little bit more exciting here at the Boston International Speedway. But thankfully, nobody was knocked out from that accident. And Caleb Rose cycled back around to be your leader here. We'll get restarted with 25 laps remaining in the Craftsman 500 from the Boston International Speedway. We're back here at the Boston International Speedway, wrapping up our second caution of the afternoon. Nobody was knocked out from that accident. Still have 28 cars remaining on the racetrack. 26 of them remain on the lead lap. It'll be restarted with exactly 25 laps remaining in this one here from Boston. Your top 5 going back through the gears are Caleb Rose, Zachary Fitzwater, Tristan Allen, Nathan Stapleton, and Aiden McCrow, who has played the strategy game on the pit lane nice and neatly. Pace car makes a hard left-hand turn down the pit lane. Caleb Rose leads them through the gears. We are back to green flag racing here at Boston. I believe we're going to have to deal with lap traffic one more time in this race. Probably just one more time, hopefully. If this thing goes green all the way, which hopefully it should go green all the way, and these guys are really slow on the racetrack. Right now, 4-car breakaway for the race lead. Zachary Fitzwater wants that lead from Caleb Rose. Rose is going to fight hard on the outside and is not going to hit the apex through 1 and 2. He will fall back to 4th. That was a bit of a rookie mistake out of the 32 machine that's going to cost him dearly. Tristan Allen is going to try and take the race lead away from Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzy will lead his first lap of the day. Tristan Allen wants to lead his first lap of the day as well. And Nathan Stapleton up in the thick of it as well, looking for his first win on the season. How about Trey Smith back up in this fray here? And just as I say that, he's going to lose some positions on the outside lane. Tristan Allen leads his first lap of the afternoon here at the Boston International Speedway. 32 laps remaining. Actually, no, 22 laps remaining, excuse me. As Monaco goes to the inside of Fitzy. He's got help from Caleb Rose. Fitzy will go a bit wide through the corner. He will lose a position to Caleb Rose. These guys are swapping positions mid-pack like they are trading stocks on the floor of Wall Street. Monaco to the inside of the big staple, trying to get to that lead from Tristan Allen. Allen wants to win this race, wants his second win of the year badly. Stapleton will go wide through the corner. He will lose second. He will lose potentially third and might fall outside the top 5 here in the late stage of the Craftsman 500. 20 laps remaining here from Boston. Caleb Rose, he wants to be the lone driver eligible for the bounty here at the Boston International Speedway for the Dunkin Week of Speed. If he wins this, all he has to do is win at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway, and he has got $50 in his bank at Coca-Cola. For the race lead, Eric Monaco to the inside of the 5-hour Energy MWR Camry of Tristan Allen. Monaco back to the point, has led a couple laps today, but only wants to lead one, and that's the final lap. Well, he has to lead one, and that is the final lap. Caleb Rose will get to the inside of the 56 of Allen. Camrys 1, 2, 3 on the grid this afternoon here right now, and that is Chevrolet, Ford to make up the top 10. How about Tyler Reynolds? I don't know what that team did under the green flag pit stop, but I believe he started about 20th on the restart, and he is making his way through the field nicely as of right now. Allen will lose 3rd, 4th, and potentially 5th here, falling outside the top 5. Monaco will remain out front at the moment with 16 laps to go this time by. Monaco continues to lead. Caleb Rose right on his tail, and then it is a plethora of Chevys going down the back straightaway at Boston. How about Cole Sampson right now in the 5? Currently position number 4 at the moment. Been doing a pretty good job as of late. Doesn't have any wins on the season. Hasn't done too well in the earlier part of the season with that giant number on the side of that DeWalt Monte Carlo for Appleseed Racing. But is right now in the thick of it to potentially win, coming around to 14 to go here from the Boston International Speedway. And they are likely going to catch up to Owen Miles at least one more time before this is all said and done. Monaco continues to lead. Caleb Rose is second, and Tyler Reynolds continues to slice his way through the field. He is up to 7th right now. And he's going to get to the inside of the 42 as for the race lead. Caleb Rose. Camrys 2 abreast right next to one another, side by side through 1 and 2. They're going to be door to door down the back straightaway, and Tyler Reynolds has found his way up inside the top 5. Monaco will dive it through the corner, bombs it through 3 and 4. At the line, it's going to be close. Rose will lead at the line. Like we said, they're going to catch Miles one more time, and I'm not sure about if they're going to catch the 25 of Nathan Smith. 3 wide for second right now is going to play into Tyler Reynolds' advantage. Caleb Rose is going to get held up by Owen Miles just a bit. He's going to be able to get around the 05 machine, who will hold up the outside lane. And now Tyler Reynolds is up to second. Whatever they did to that 19 machine, they better do it for the rest of the season. Close quarters racing with a lap down car. It is absolutely pandemonium here in the back of this top 10. And Reynolds, can he get around the 32 of Caleb Rose? 10 laps remaining from the Boston International Speedway in the Craftsman 500. Tyler Reynolds trying to pull a reverse British Grand Prix. He took out the points leader, and he's trying to win It'll be like if Max Verstappen took out Lewis Hamilton and won the British Grand Prix. He's going to have an edge under Caleb Rose going down the front straightaway. He's going to have the lead. He's going to have the inside lane. 9 to go. And Tyler Reynolds has found his way up to the first position here at the Boston International Speedway, taking the race lead away from a dominant driver that is a fan favorite. This is basically the British Grand Prix in NR 2003 and in Massachusetts. 8 laps remaining. Does Caleb Rose has anything retaliatory for this 19 machine? Or can the 42 of Aiden McCrow potentially make something happen here? Or what about Colton Yo? Colton Yo is probably thinking, oh god, not another second place finish. As they've caught the lap down car of Nathan Smith. Reynolds will successfully get around him. So will Rose. So will pretty much everyone here. Nathan Smith not going to be as much of a factor, and they are home free when it comes to lap traffic. 6 laps remaining at the Boston International Speedway. Colton Yo has gotten around the 42 of McCrow. That is for third. Can he get around Rose for second? Tyler Reynolds looking to get his first win on the season. Last time he won was in the second hillside race last season. 5 laps to go. Colton Yo has now gotten around Caleb Rose for second. This would be Colton Yo's third second place finish of the season, if I am not mistaken. But does he have anything for this 19 machine? It has been running on rails since the restart. 4 to go from Boston for Tyler Reynolds. Brendan Yodel not having a good points day, but at least he's still on the racetrack. We'll see what the interval is this time by, but it looks like Colton Yo might be closing a bit on Reynolds. 3 to go. They're in the same frame as one another. We'll see what the interval is this time by. Yo closed in just a bit, about 1/10 of a second there, but with 3 laps to go, 1/10 of a second are not going to help you. It looks like Reynolds might be gaining a bit on the Zero machine. Coming around, popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps remaining in the Craftsman 500 for Tyler Reynolds. That time by, Reynolds widened the gap. I think it's going to be a little bit too late for the Zero of Colton Yo. But there's still a lap and a quarter remaining here at the Boston International Speedway. Off the final turn for the second to final time. White flag in the air. One more time around for Tyler Reynolds in the Buck Racing Dollar Tree Ford Taurus. Does Colton Yo have anything left? Or is it going to be another bridesmaid finish? I believe it's going to be another bridesmaid finish off the final turn. The 19 of Tyler Reynolds is going to bring Buck Racing back to victory lane. Reynolds wins at Boston. He did it. He pulled basically the British Grand Prix. And he does have the fastest lap, so I believe Tyler Reynolds, yes, I am hearing it through my headset now, Tyler Reynolds is your official new points leader coming out of Boston. Basically, take what I said during the pre-race show and shove it up the nearest rear end of your companion. Tyler Reynolds has bested the odds and will come out of here not only a winner, but the new points leader by 7 points over Braden Perez, going into the final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed. What a race. What a finish. Tyler Reynolds is your official winner of here at the Boston International Speedway in the Craftsman 500. And I'll take a look at your official standings after the Craftsman 500. Tyler Reynolds is your official winner here at the Boston International Speedway. Colton Yo, it's another second place finish this season for this Zero team. Aiden McCrow is third in a good run for that 42 machine. They needed it. Cole Sampson is fourth, and rounding your top 5 is Caleb Rose. so close to getting his second win of the Dunkin Week of Speed, but I think he'll settle for a nice top 5 finish. Nelson Reeves is 6th. Riley Sampson 7th. Did not see much of him today, so Sampson brothers rounding both inside the top 10. Tristan Allen 8th. Zachary Fitzwater 9th on the racetrack for car number 9. And Trey Smith, another consistent run for this driver, rounds out your top 10. Take a look and see who was all knocked out from this one. And you see Braden Perez right there in the 39th position. And Tyler Reynolds there in the first position. Let me do some quick calculations at the moment. Braden Perez had 2,626 points coming into this. He will gain 5 coming out of this, if I'm not mistaken. He will leave with 2,631 points, and Tyler Reynolds had 224.30, and will leave this. Let me check to see if he had the fastest lap. Yes, he did. So an extra 5 bonus points there. I believe that'll be 210 points. Let's do the math. The numbers do not lie. Tyler Reynolds is your official new points leader here in the Mission BBQ Cup Series. Oh boy, and I believe if my math is correct, it is by 9 points over Braden Perez. He pulled a Lewis Hamilton. He was clearly inside, I should say, as many people will say, but oh boy, a Lewis Hamilton British Grand Prix has been pulled. And if we have a race, I don't believe we have a race in Riverside, California, until the Chase. But that race will probably be a bloodbath, especially if Braden Perez kind of falls off from this one. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens, but that was a bit of a controversial race today. Tyler Reynolds taking out the points leader and ends up going to Body Armor victory lane and becomes the points leader going into the final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. And I am just now hearing that the bounty is still on for some amount of money. If any of the 4 drivers, if Caleb Rose, if Brendan Yodel, if Charlie Davenport, or if Tyler Reynolds is able to win the Coca-Cola 500, they will still win some amount of money. The amount that is to be determined has not been officially released yet. I was just hearing it from my headset that there will still be a bounty on the Coca-Cola 500. That is going to make that race just a bit more interesting, as we are now 5 races away from cutting off the top 10 in points and 2 wildcard drivers. Tyler Reynolds is up there in the Winners Club along with quite a few drivers this season. He is your official winner here of the Craftsman 500. But that is going to do it. Oh boy, what a race this was. Once again, congratulations to Tyler Reynolds on being your official winner here at the Boston International Speedway in the Craftsman 500. And that is going to do it. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this edition of the Mission BBQ Cup Series. We will see you in 2 days on a Friday afternoon from the Coca-Cola Super Speedway up in Concord, Massachusetts. The final race of the Dunkin Week of Speed to cap off whatever this week has been with racing the Coca-Cola 500 for the Bad Fast 3-mile Coca-Cola Super Speedway. As we said, thank you all so much for tuning into this edition of the Mission BBQ Cup Series. That is going to be a wrap here from the Boston International Speedway. Thank you all so much for tuning into this edition of the Mission BBQ Cup Series. And that is going to do it. Congratulations once again to Tyler Reynolds on being your official winner of the Craftsman 500 for the Boston International Speedway. And that is all I've got. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your points after 22 races, and from the Boston International Speedway, this has been NASCAR Nerd 34, signing off.